Hey everybody, welcome to the Good Morning from the Chicken Coop podcast. My name is Kim Johnson and I am a master mindset coach, creative strategist, and also happen to be a farmer. This is my chicken coop and I come out here every day to record a podcast, to teach distinctions, possibilities, new ways of thinking, and just bring some joy into the world. So welcome to the coop and let's start your day off in a fantastic way. Hey everybody, good morning. Let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like you lose your enthusiasm for whatever it is that you're working on? I think it's a pretty common feeling, and I've had it myself, and it comes from being misdirected, getting pulled in 20 directions, among a billion other things that it could be. But yesterday, I had a major challenge with my computer. I'm talking a major challenge with my computer where all of a sudden something that has a terabyte of memory is telling me that it doesn't have the ability to upload videos. And of course, this happens and I'm in the midst of trying to upload videos because that's when that would show up, right? And I can't get them over to where they're supposed to be. I'm super frustrated and I've got to go to the Apple store. So head to the Apple store, get in there, and right away, I had an hour, had a gap in my schedule, had somebody change their time to another day this week, and I was like, okay, I'm going to just run down and take care of it, and they'll be able to fix it, the wizards that they are. Walk in, they look at it, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have to wipe the whole thing clean. Sometimes when this happens, the whole thing was just this one little tiny pocket of stuff that was clogged up. Doesn't even matter what was wrong with it. They had to wipe it clean and re-back it up from, my the whole cloud. So I said, well, I can't do it now. I've got to come back. I've got too many other things to do, and I'm going to come back at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, it's much quieter. There's not as much drama going on there. And I walk in and I get this amazing two-team guys, technicians, trying to figure out what did I do that initiated this problem to begin with, because it was holding on to memory and it wasn't letting go of the memory from all this other stuff that I had been doing, and it was causing it to dog out. And I kind of got into this conversation with the guy while we were sitting there working on it, and I said, it's funny how it does that. It's like it's remembering everything and it's clogging the system. It's kind of like what we do. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, as humans, this is kind of what we do. We hang on to so many memories and it just dogs us out. And he's like, I don't understand. And I said, well, when you hang on to so many things, you start to feel burdened. You start to feel like you're flatlining. You start to feel flat about things, and it happens. And he goes, I feel that way right now about my projects and the stuff that I'm doing outside of this. And we get into this very deep conversation, and he's like, that's such a cool analogy. I never thought of it that way. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be great sometimes if you could just wipe your memory clean, but then you wouldn't be you. So you have to have the memory. He's like, so how do you get out of it when you feel like you're flatlining? How do you feel like it when you lost your mojo? I have a lot of clients that say, I've lost my mojo. And the thing that we have to remember is, in that process of losing things, and they're not really gone, okay? They're there. They're just not prioritized. They're not at the front of the bus. They're not the emotions driving. They're at the back. And often it's because we stop doing the things that we know matter. When we stop doing the things that we know matter, that things that change us, that help us, that's when we start to get into trouble. So it is imperative, it is critical that we constantly remember we have to do certain things to help us feel good about everything. We can't just cut that out. We can't just put it to the side. So one of the things that I had done before that was a very major problem in my world for me creatively was I stopped taking out my large Canon camera. I stopped taking close-up pictures for the most part. I'd pull it out here and there, but it wasn't part of my daily activity because I was so focused on creating video content, and we're getting, we have to get this video library built up for the YouTube channel, and they're releasing them and they're working on them, and it took me out of things. Not to mention there were just other things in my personal life that were calling for attention, and those things pull from what time you have. But I stopped doing the things that made me feel filled up. And I was explaining that to him, and I said, I caught it really early so it doesn't affect me. But it does affect me in a smaller way. It still does. I still have to work on it. I still have to progress with it. I still have to make it work. So the point of this today is to say, if you feel like you're flatlining, if you feel like you've lost your mojo, if you feel like you're going into the southern summertime mindset of like, oh, it's so hot, I'm just going to sit and have a tea, that's fine. It's fine. Just be aware of it. Choose to make sure that you are putting yourself in a place that you can get out of it quickly, unless you like to stay there. But this is for those that don't. Make sure you're doing something to fill yourself back up so that you can tether to that mojo, tether to that good stuff. Because when you're flatlining, you have to know there is always a way out of it. It's just a question of what you're tapping into within yourself. All right, my friends, I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.